So I hope
think
we are
it's
audible. Um,
still
I'll
not
just
appeared live
quickly,
yet.
yeah, it should in a while. Yeah, it is here. And I'll just quickly share the link so that.
Well, we're back, viewers. We're back. We need to restart the stream, just in case the stream doesn't crash, like it happened yesterday with the Division 2 race.
Yeah, what a
We
race we
have.
had in Division 2. Very
I don't want to
unfortunate
talk
for
about
Abhishek. Why?
it. Did you not see what happened to me?
I really couldn't.
I flew. I'll just say that my car flew and took out another car mid-air.
So that's a quite a flying lap, I would say, in literal sense. But here we are in the main race, and let's look at the tire situation. So we have easy level Sid Venkatesh, vintage, and Azun on softs. Something really brave. Then we have, I guess, Shadow and Quick Killer, only two boys on the hard tires, and Vyom taking off that banner at the side. But two guys on hard tires, that is Shadow and Quick Killer, so definitely they are aiming for a long run over here. And rest of the field on the medium tires. So this is gonna be a long race, 36 laps. So let's see what Vifix does. I mean, he already has secured 5 points. All he needs is 13 more points to secure his win uh, for Season 8 in Indian Racing League at Brazil. And let me remind you, Brazil never disappoints. So do we have him finishing in those points, or do we have him spinning or not finishing in those points? Let's see, because we have these guys now reading up for the final grid, and I think Ethan and Easy Level would have made some contact over there. I think Crazy Mouse is getting disconnected. That is kind of sad, but here I am, just waiting for a couple of guys to, and I guess that is PSI who is coming in full speed. But okay, 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights, small pause. 5 lights is done. Okay, this is just alright. Lights out, and here we go. Vyom getting a decent start. So does Vifix. Vifix down the inside, and there is already contact. And I see a lot of guys spinning, but I'm gonna keep continuing over here with Vifix and Vyom. Alright, I guess that's a lot of position lost there by a few guys, and let's look at the position change situation. Alright, I guess that was Hushraf. Oh, I missed that. Hushraf losing and all that, so that's pretty sad for him. But let's go on board with these guys from P1 to P6. It's kind of pretty close right now in the race start. And we have Shrikant Das, who's climbed 9 positions, so that's the biggest gainer, followed by TVK, who's gained those 7 positions. Vifix keeping really close, getting a lovely exit out of that corner on Vyom. Would he make a move here, or is he gonna wait for another couple of turns? Let's see. Looks to go down the inside, but keeps it pretty clean, I would say. Natsume has disqualified and all that. I never really caught that. Basil with a 5-second. I don't know, and 5 guys into the pits already, so I guess they were caught with that. Even Quick Killer retired. I don't know what's happening in Sector 1. I guess it's the guys who pit and the guys who retired. Oh, this is really close. Can't really get my eyes off these guys. Jishnu also following really close with Vifix and Vyom. We did see Vifix was keeping very close to these Ferrari boys on those medium tires, and let me remind you, Ferrari boys were on soft tires, and that's a VSC. Okay, I don't really know what happened there. Cody's, I have absolutely no clue. Chips, if you want, please do join the stream. I'm gonna invite you over here. Just give me a moment. That would be lovely to have Chips along with me. Yep, so VSC. Oh, Sid Venkatesh gets a drive through. That's kind of sad again. But here we are, the race has resumed, and I guess that is Shadow Sword who has spun. And Vifix keeping really close to Vyom, I would say. And all these guys behind him, decent. I mean, people not really fighting for those positions a lot. Huge gap from P9 to P15, and Hushraf trying to. Okay, Hushraf in the pits. Let's see the tire scenario. All right, Hushraf on those mediums. But he's quite behind. I mean, look at him, and Basil already getting lapped by the top 4 guys. I believe that's kind of bad for him. So not many guys in each other DRS. It's only the top 4 guys and easy level in DRS of TBK, followed by Ethan and Mercurial Caesar. And Hushraf and Basil already made 2 stops, so I don't know what went wrong with them. Meanwhile, I'm on board with Vifix again. DRS is wide open on Vyom. Vifix is not really, I mean, getting that close to make an overtake on him. I guess he's just gonna keep behind him until he really sees that, or in fact, even if he keeps P2, he actually sees the deal. So, yeah, I guess he's just keeping his mind steady and going along with the race. Well, Chips, that's kind of sad if you're getting PP2 error. I really thought Vifix would be able to overtake Vyom very easily, because he was keeping quite close to Vyom, who was on softs earlier in sprint race, and Vifix was on medium tires. Basil with the fastest lap, I guess maybe because he is on fresh mediums. Yeah, Chips, it's me alone tonight. So, but keep trying to join, because this PP2 and PR2 error with this game is very random, I would say. Sometimes you can join, sometimes you can't, so that's the thing. The closest battle so far is, I guess, for the first position. Vivek on Vyom again, not really making the move, just just keeping behind, just doing enough to win the World Cup. Sorry, my bad. Winning the championship. And he does kind of look to make the move, but doesn't really go for it. Meanwhile, Vintage on PSI. I guess these guys are on their own race from P12 to P17. And oh no, is that? I think that's Husharov. Husharov not really having a good race. Does he have an underbody damage or something? I must say, Vyom is getting decent exits so that Vifix doesn't really make a move on him. Easy level into the pits. I guess he would go on hards, is what I feel. Oh, TBK. Is that TBK? Yep. TBK has spun. Uh, and Basil has. Oh no, that could be a safety car, and that is a safety car. Let's see what these guys do. Would they pit now for hard tires and take it to the end, or would they continue with this mediums? That's gonna be a brave strategy call if they pit right now, I must say. Vintage surely would be pitting. He's on those worn soft tires, so that's a no-brainer for him. But I'm really interested to see what these medium runners are gonna do. Okay, Vyom decides to stay out, so does Vifix. Alright, so they all decide to stay out. I think if it were me, I would have pitted, I would say. Ethan going into the pits, so yeah, that's a brave move by him there. Alright, now I do see a lot of these guys pitting, so does PSI, Vintage, that no-brainer move, going from softs to hards, I believe. Even TBK pits. TBK had a bit of spin there. I don't know if he has a damage, so yeah, let's see. Chips. Nah, bro, this is something that I'm doing because I love to do. I wish you were able to join. It would have been a pleasure to really do comms with you, genuinely. But let's look at the position situation. So Shrikant Das climbing up 13 positions. I believe he's not pitted, or has he? Yeah, he's not. So P7 to P16 has now pitted. So that kind of makes Ethan de facto P1 for this race, because the boys ahead really needs to pit. They still have time, they still can pit and can come out just behind Ethan, if I'm not wrong, because PSI has a 6-second gap behind him. But I don't really think now anyone will be pitting over here. Oh, that's pretty close by Ethan on the Mercedes ahead. I don't know why is there a Mercedes in between them. Is that Azun Sid? Yeah, I guess that is Sid. I think the safety car is gonna stay out another lap because we have Abhi easy level. Wait, did he go on to fresh softs? I have absolutely no clue why he. Okay, he's fitting for hards now. Alright. Oh, Sid is lapped. That's kind of sad for him. Um, Also, Hoshrav couldn't really do the most. He had a spin, and again he had another spin. So not a grace that he would have thought he would be having in Brazil. So I'm sure he would have wanted to go into the next race, keeping the championship hopes alive. But this definitely looks quite decent for Vifix right now. But again, we still have 26 laps to go, and safety car is gonna stay out for another lap, of course. Good strat by Ethan, I would say, who did go on to hards. His hards definitely would be able to go for those 26 laps, I would say. Pushra went to the pits. He comes out on hard tires. I guess even he plans to go until the end. Ah, this is a lovely view. Always love the helicopter view. And I believe safety car should be in this lap now that everybody's caught up. And let's go on board with Vifix. Yep, safety car is in this lap. Let's see what Vyom does. He definitely has a lot of experience with how to lead the pack just after a safety car. He definitely knows how to do a safety car restart. And he is waiting. Does he plan to take it to the end, or I think alright, he that was a good dummy move by him, I would say. He definitely is taking to the end, and now he does go. Not really catching anyone, but behind I do see Caesar making this move, and oh no, Caesar, what did he do there? But here we are. And PSI making a move on Shrikant over there just after the Senna SS. Vyom trying to build a gap and all that, but of course won't be able to build a gap that much that would keep Vifix out of the DRS zone. And let me remind you, DRS won't be activated until a couple of laps, so Vyom has a bit of time to build that gap. Oh, look at Shrikant Das keeping so close to PSI. Shrikant on 11 laps old hards, while PSI and in all that, I think Vintage goes into the pits. Or okay, he doesn't. Um, Ref King gonna make a move on Vintage over there. Yep, he does. Oh, look at Srikanda's really pushing PSI. Ethan climbing those positions, so that's pretty decent for him. And let me remind you, he's already pitted, so the guys in front of him, they need to pit. So that puts him technically into P1. Jishnu is out of DRS, off Vifix. So that is a DRS train broken by him. Would he be able to come into that DRS zone? Let's see. And Shrikant and Hushrav fighting for that P7. Shrikant, I guess, keeps it, but Hushrav might get the move done down this straight. And he goes down the inside and definitely makes the move done because he's on fresh hard tires while Shrikant Das is on old medium tires. So Jishnu has lost that DRS 1 second gap. So definitely he's not gonna catch up with Vifix anymore. Vifix just doing enough, keeping right behind Vyom, not really making those dangerous moves. And Jishnu doing his best to come under that 1 second gap. Oh, look at Vifix. Just putting that pressure on Vyom so much. I mean, and I think that's ghosted car of Sid that would really be bothering Jishnu and Vifix both right now, honestly. And Jishnu has reached under that DRS zone of Vifix, so that's good for him. And I think easy level overtook Vintage. Didn't really catch that, but here we are again. Looks like a pretty clean race to me at this point. Not many moves happening. Everybody is just keeping it clean, and I guess this is how it could be until the end. Easy and Vintage, I guess they're exchanging positions. Oh, that's a very... Oh, look at that. I think they make contact. Oh no. TPK and Easy Level caught in that, and Vintage did go past them. I don't really know what Sid is doing. I mean, he shouldn't really be fighting with these guys. I mean, he's a reserve driver in D1. I think. But let's see what Vifix does over here. I think there's a lot of gap for him to make any overtakes, and also he's not even making those overtakes. Meanwhile, Hushrav has climbed to P6 and all that. never really caught that, so that kind of puts him into P2 once these guys ahead would pit. So that's decent. Putting PSI in all that P3, so that's surprising. Azun in P4, wow, that's nice. Ref King, wait, is that a retirement? TBK, I think that's into the pits. Alright, that's in the pits. But Hushrov has caught up with these guys. I never really thought he would be able to. At one point, he was P13 or P14, if I'm not wrong. And now here we have him in P6, technically P2. So, yeah. Shrikant and Azun and Shrikant, and I believe that is Ref King who would have lost a bit of contact there, and Abhi is gonna make a move on him here, or would he keep it? Alright, he decides to just stay behind him. And there's a DRS train broken after Ethan on Ahif. But it shouldn't matter much to him because after all, the guys ahead, they still need to pit. Also, talking about Ahif, Guy moved from D2 to D1 this season and has been doing really well, I must say. He's had consistent races, kept himself in points. Don't really know what's his position in the championship, but I have never seen him not in points. Who won last year? Abhinav, let me quickly check on that because I'll have to open the points table for that. So season 7 was won by Hushrav and the runner-up was Chips, who's not here at this moment. If I'm not wrong. Vifix now dives into the pits. I hope he doesn't get a 5-second penalty. Of course he doesn't. So does Jishnu. And like I said, that puts Ethan, Hushrav, PSI and these other hard runners ahead. And wait, is that Vifix? That's Caesar. Okay. I hope that doesn't cause a safety car. Alright, it doesn't. That's decent. So where does Vifix come out? Vifix... Oh, that's Ref King who spun, but Vifix comes out in P9, who is challenged by Jishnu just behind him, both on fresh hard tires, along with Shrikant Das. So let's see what Vifix does from this point, because P9, I'm sure he doesn't really want that. Vyomana have yet to pit. Let's say he does overtake both of these guys, would still put him P7, and P7 I believe is 12 points. I really need to check, but I think that's just a bit away from 13 points that he needs for the win. So he really should be making up those moves at this point. Vifix going around the outside on Vintage. Easy move for him. And oh, that is. Oh, I think that was Jishnu who got caught up with Vintage and all that. Vifix has. Okay, Vyom has come ahead of Vifix. So that is again gonna keep it alive. And that's a safety car. Oh, I didn't realize that was a safety car. I guess it was because of Vintage and Jishnu moment over there. So this definitely keeps things interesting again because Abhi had a gap of 10 seconds from the guys ahead, and now it would come down to nothing because the cars will be bunching up. Azun into the pits. I don't really know why, but I guess he would be going on fresh mediums now. And that would give Vifix one more position. Alright, a lot of guys. Wait, Vifix in the pits as well. And I think. Is he going on softs? Yes, he does. Okay, now he plans to take softs until the end because he thinks that safety car is gonna keep his softs alive for maybe a couple of laps, and then he plans to take it for 12 laps, and Sid gets disqualified for ignoring yellow flags. Oh, Sid, that is unfortunate. But again, if you're listening to me, might as well join with me on comms. So yeah. Wow, this has become very interesting. Vifix on softs and Hushra in P2 who is on 12 lap old hards, and Vifix in 12th position. So don't really know. What's his strategy over here? But definitely looks something to look at right now. If Vifix again goes into the pits, I don't know what he is now trying to do. Did he have a moment and is he trying to... And now he goes on to the hards. Why would he pit onto the softs then? I have absolutely no clue what he's doing there, but I guess he still stays P12. He could have stayed P6 or P7 if I'm not wrong. If he would have stayed on those hards and not pitted on softs. But maybe he's looking for more challenge, and even Jishnu got disqualified from blocking the pit. Oh, Jishnu had a spin inside the pit lane. That is... that's unfortunate for him. So, 7 retirements from P14 to P20 would... Okay, safety car stays out another lap. He just had wing damage, man. Who Thakurwa are you talking about? Oh, you're talking about Vifix, I believe. Nah, but then why would he pit on softs and again on hards? That doesn't make sense. Did he change wings, Thakurwa? I don't really know. But Nevertheless, I guess we'll know later. Khushraf back into P2 where he was in the sprint race originally. But Ethan and all that going P1. So definitely P1 to P4 it's going to be difficult for them. But again, it's going to be difficult for the rest of the field to really make moves on all these guys. Um, Safety car would be in this lap, so let me go on board with Khosrav. Does Ethan plan to take it to the end, or okay, Ethan has gone and kind of caught Khosrav in that, and PSI trying. Okay, but PSI is a bit too far. But let's see, Vyom makes a move on Abhi already, so that's going to be an easy overtake for him. And so does Shrikant does overtake Azun, and Azun again overtakes Shrikant. So I guess that's a bit of. Alright, I hope there is no contact over here for these guys. Caesar did make overtake on Azun, so does easy level bot. I'm sorry, on Shrikant. And Vifix just behind Shrikant, and Shrikant, I hope he doesn't, they don't fight much over here. Yeah, they kind of do, but look at that. Ethan already getting a gap of 1 second on Hushrav getting a gap of 1 second on Vyom on fresh hard tires, I would say, and not really getting the best out of it. But he did overtake PSI, so maybe that is why the gap. So but let's see what they really do here. Ref King on Azun. It should be easy for Azun to overtake him because he's on fresher medium tires and on a better tires, more grip than Ref King. Ref King losing out a couple of positions over here. The safety car has made the comms also quite a bit lively now, and I hope they don't make contact, but they do, and Ref King spins and all that. Oh, that's sad. And he resets on track. I did caught that, but look at this. Vyom already losing out some time on Hushrav. PSI losing some time on Vyom, and now Ahif would get a bit feisty. Abhi and Azun trying to fight for P6. Let's look at the position change situation at this point. I guess Vifix is the biggest loser over here because he had to pit a little late, and as per one of our guys on chat, Thakurwa did mention that he had to change wings. I didn't really caught that, but look at Ahif and the superior grip he has on PSI. DRS is enabled. Would he make a move on PSI? He definitely looks like he could, but he decides to stay back for maybe another lap. DRS wide open, I guess. I could hear it ting. But nevertheless, Caesar and easy level and Caesar fighting for that P8 P7 position. Alright, that definitely. Oh, that's Vifix. I hope Caesar doesn't really hold Vifix. I didn't really catch because it was Alfa Romeo. He's actually supposed to be in Alfa Tauri. So that's there. Hushrav has caught up with Ethan and all that. So he now would be under DRS. of Ethan, and I believe so will be Vyom. Yeah, both are. So they now would be charging on Ethan, who definitely looks like the one who would be, one of the podium contenders along with these Ferrari boys. And Ahif and PSI. Oh, that was really close, I would say. And I guess Caesar letting Vifix go so that he could help him charge ahead. Oh, Ahif is really, really close on PSI. PSI is really holding these guys back. It's not gonna help guys like Vifix, who's gonna catch these guys really soon. And Vifix already caught up with easy level bot. Let's see what Hushraf does over here. Would he try to make a move on Ethan, or does he plan to make a move at a later point? Because to build that gap, he really needs those points, and to make those points, he does go down the inside, but Ethan, with superior grip in the Senna SS, keeps it ahead. And now Vyom just keeping behind Hushraf. I don't think he would be making a move, and so doesn't Hushraf on Ethan. But let's look at Ahif, really close, and so is Vifix on easy level. I must say things have gotten a bit lively just after the safety car. PSI losing at least 1 or 1.2 seconds per lap on Vyom. Maybe more. Let me see, because this is the end of sector 2 and he has a gap of 5.7, 5.8, and is building up every time he approaches a new corner. It's a 6.1 second gap. Let's see what is the gap at a later stage, but here we are on Hushraf, who Ethan really placing his car well so that Hushraf doesn't get much of slipstream, and Vyom overtakes Hushraf and all that. I really didn't catch, and Hushraf almost makes contact with his teammate. Oh, this is getting feisty between the Ferrari boys. I have absolutely no clue why, because Hushraf is supposed to make more points than Vyom if he really wants to keep Vifix behind, and I'm looking at Vifix, who's really close to easy level, who's really close to Ahif. There's a huge DRS chain behind PSI. Guys are keeping really close, and Vintage overtakes Ref King. Okay, Ref King inside the pit lane. Oh, I'm sure Vifix would be a bit annoyed right now, stuck in this DRS chain. Oh, Vyom with a better exit than Ethan. Oh, look at that. Would he make a move down the inside? He definitely looks like... Yep, he really makes the move done. Ethan, oh, look at that. Look at the superior speed Ethan has on Vyom back into P1. So that was amazing racing by these boys. Oh, there's a huge DRS train from P4 to P9. He let Vyom through. Okay, who should have let Vyom through? I guess maybe so that they could attack Ethan. Maybe Hushraf is not able to attack Ethan at this point. And PSI, the gap was 6 seconds. The gap now is almost 7.5 seconds. So losing out 1.5 seconds to the podium finishers. That's a lot. That's a lot for someone like Vifix. Oh, look at him. He is definitely trying to make a move on Ahif, and Azun trying to make a move on PSI, and he tries to stay behind him. I mean, he tried to make a move but decides to stay behind him. And Vyom and Ethan. No, 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 no. I don't want these guys to crash at this point in time because that would be another safety car going side by side in this turn, which is a very fast right-hander. Both are out of DRS. Sorry, battery. I would say. Would PSI be able to catch them now? Not really. The gap is still maintained. I think Vyom will make another move on Ethan with the help of DRS and the battery that he might have got. And Vifix overtakes Ahif and all that. Didn't really catch, and Ahif again trying to make on Vifix. Vifix fighting for that position, and Vyom. Oh, okay, Ethan seals it and doesn't let Vyom pass, but let's look at Vifix and Ahif over here again. Ahif is out of battery, but he tries to make the move, but he couldn't, of course. He was out of battery, and is that Vyom? Vyom was caught up in all that and he spun. Oh. That is too many battles going on at this point of time. I can't really catch everything, but PSI legend for keeping this track back for so many laps. Yeah, I mean, he's keeping his P3 and all that, I guess. And Vyom down the inside on Azun. That was a very aggressive move, I would say. Would he do the same here, which he does? Oh, that was a lovely move, and Azun losing 2 positions in the same corner. Vifix goes P5. I believe if he finishes in P5, that would be championship seed for him. Oh, the number of battles happening at this point in time. There's a huge DRS chain from P3 to P9. Wow. I don't think anyone will be making any moves over here. Shrikant Das, I must say, guy finishing in points in a T1 race. He did amazing yesterday as well, but he has. Let's look at the penalty situation. He has a 3-second penalty. Ref King with 8-second penalty. All right. I don't think Hushra would be able to make any move at this point in time. So let's go on board with PSI because Vyom is just behind him and Vifix is behind Vyom. Guys look really, really feisty over here, and oh, look at that. They go 3 wide. Vyom, and oh, his car couldn't ghost after that, and PSI barging into his car. That was very unfortunate, and Mercury Caesar catches PSI in that. I don't know what exactly happened, but I don't think that's going to be a safety car because this is a penultimate lap. But that puts Vifix in P3, who kept it clean unlike the rest of the field. Yes, Abdul, we are talking about the last night race, and congrats on the win, and you could thank me later for that win as well. But here we are, Azun not in DRS zone of Vifix, so okay, now he is. I guess the race is almost done because we are on the final lap, but still Brazil never disappoints. And let's look at what Hushraf does over here. Does he utilizes all the battery left, or does he keep it? until the final corner to seal the Brazil win from Ethan, Vifix and Azun both out of battery. Ahif really feisty behind Azun. So is Easy Level and Caesar. I'm wondering how Vyom doesn't have any damage while getting caught up in all that. But let's go on board with Hoshraf and Ethan. Ethan now just needs to keep Hoshraf behind, which I feel he does. And Ethan wins the Brazilian Grand Prix, followed by Hoshraf, who finishes in P2, and Vifix, who now seals this championship of Indian Racing League Season 8 by finishing in P3. So huge congratulations to Vifix out there in Alfa Romeo for some reason today. But let me remind you guys, he is an Alfa Tauri and not an Alfa Romeo. PSI overtook Shrikant Das in all that. I don't know what happened exactly there. Maybe Shrikant had maybe some penalty. But again, this is Indian Racing League and we have Vifix sealing the championship with finishing P3. So yeah, I guess the couple of races which we have after this would be just for the sake of it, I would say, because no one would be able to take the win from him now. So let me... Is RefKing alright? RefKing finishing P13 in style, or did he not? I don't know. But yeah, this was Brazilian Grand Prix of Season 8 in Indian Racing League, and driver of the day is Azun, like always, not starting, not doing any quali runs, and always decides to start from the last. What a race by Ethan, I would say. Decides to make that early pit stop and decides to stay with those hard tires. So Ethan winning the Brazilian Grand Prix, followed by Hushra, who finishes P2, Vifix in P3, who is now our IRL Season 8 champion. Ahif in P4, Vyom in P5, Caesar in CP6. So Caesar and Vyom sealing the AlphaTauri championship as well for the season. Easy Level P7, Jishnu P8, Azun P9, Basil P10. But I believe... Alright, no. Abhi in P11, Vintage in P12, RefKing P13, and guys after that, DNF, TBK, Basil, Shadow, Quick Killer, Jishnu, Sid Venkatesh, and Natsume. Let me quickly invite the podium winners into the party. Yep, I've added these guys. I hope they join. I mean, I really want these guys to join. Okay, Vifix is here. Vifix, my man.
Yo, what's good? It's
You
absolutely
tell
good.
me. Even Ethan is here, so that's good. I hope Hushra was able to join us.
Uh, I,
Is Hushrav here?
not yet.
Not yet.
Just ask him whether he's joining.
Yep. Oh, Ethan, I've joined. What's up,
So,
Ethan?
how long have you been running this solo show, Smith? Because,
I
well,
think the entire main race,
yeah,
and even half of the sprint race, if I'm not wrong.
yeah,
But
okay, good
yeah,
job.
well,
Good job on that. Because we all know how much of a noob the other guy is. I don't really know what to say. I think the curfew hit in the middle of the race, that's why I left.
yeah. But I mean, I was kind of worried in the initial stage when you couldn't join, but good that you joined. Sorry, guys, no interview. All right, so Hushrav is not joining. I guess we'll start with Ethan first. Since today we have something else. Ethan in the Red Bull taking the victory. Ethan, please take us through the race because I believe I was the only one who was rooting for you, honestly, to win the race. Along with, of course, I was rooting for Vifix as well. But the pit stop, the strategy call that you made to pit early, that was lovely. But again, take us through the race, especially through those last few laps where you had to, keep these guys behind you, and at the same time make those moves as well. How was it?
Yeah, it was a pretty interesting race. I was involved in a few incidents which set me back. I pit early because I had front wing damage and I thought I would have a better edge over the drivers in front. So yeah, I thought Viom's going to be able to fight me, but he spun in the last 5 laps or so. So
Ah,
I was happy from there on. So I was just saving ERS and making sure Hushra was behind me throughout the race.
all right. I don't really recollect your sprint race, but I believe you spun there as well, right? If I'm not wrong, you got caught up in something.
Yes, I did. I don't know. I just have to rewatch the incident, but I believe that Khusrav pushed me slightly on the curb and I bottomed out.
All
So I
right.
just need to have a look at the incident again, and yeah.
Well, we had some live stewarding going on because I did have Crazy Mouse along with me in the party. Unfortunate, his Wi-Fi died and he couldn't rejoin. But congrats on the win at Brazilian Grand Prix, Ethan. Another guy who is very
Thank you.
consistent with his races. But here we move to our championship winner for Indian Racing League Season 8, Wifix. First thing, should I load AlphaTauri car or should I load the Alfa Romeo car for tonight?
I mean, it's in we're alphas either way, but yeah, GG's on that vintage. Because I don't know why that Alpha Tauri was taken. Once again, second weekend around, lucky to even race. So, yeah, but I guess I'll just speak about the race first because that race was horrible. To be honest,
Yeah,
I think I was fighting with Vyom for a long part of it until the safety car was just trying and overcut my factory right there. And then, as soon as I was close to overtaking him doing the overcut, the safety car came out when he was coming out of the pits as well. And then he just broke on in a completely straight line, like completely dead stopped his car, which broke my front wing. So from that point on, I was just trying to finish fourth because if Hushrav won, then all I needed to do was finish fourth. And at the end, we finished third anyway, even though he didn't end up winning. So I guess I'll take that, take another podium. I mean,
yeah.
I'd be more downbeat on this podium if it wasn't for the other circumstances. But yeah, two-time champion now. I guess just a big thank you to the the party chat boys, Caesar, Azun, Sid Venkatesh. Shout out to these guys. And yeah, just for keeping me pretty much very updated throughout the race on strategies and what's happening and stuff like that. Yeah, GG's to Hushrav and Caesar as well. They drove pretty. They drive pretty quick, in case you guys didn't notice. So beating them, especially
I
with
mean,
races to
everybody
spare, is
notices that. It's just few moves here and there, and but you really kept consistent throughout the season. I don't really remember any race where you had a moment, or you didn't have a decent race. I mean, I'm sure you would be remembering it, but from com side or from a viewer side, always saw you and few other boys in IRL as someone who keeps it really really consistent throughout the season.
Yeah, I mean, this season I've just tried to minimize my own errors, and like not get too pent up in the heat of the moment when stuff does happen to me. Because previously that had been an issue. Just get too riled up if you like get taken out, and then all of a sudden you go from like P1 to P9 through no fault of your own, and then you try and make aggressive overtakes to make up for it. So I think that fact this season I just never really lost my head in any situation. Again, shout out to Azun, Caesar, and Sid for that, for keeping me on my toes always. But yeah, I guess that's really the big part of it. Because if you'll see, I've been this season. There are a lot of races where like I was like P10, P11 through like halfway, and then I end up finishing like P3, P4,
Yeah.
results like that. So I guess just not losing your head was a big part of it. Compared
Yeah,
to my
you
first one.
weren't really, you were really calm, kept it behind Vyom the entire time during the, I think, initial part of the race. Didn't really make any moves, even though you could have. But yeah, that's a good sign of a good driver, I
Yeah.
would say.
Yeah, I mean, compared to my first one was run like purely maybe a bit more on pace. Probably I was a bit faster in F1 2021 than this, but this one I think it values it more because I think a more complete driver now. I know when to push, when not to push, and most importantly to not punt into the side of somebody who punts into me, like who punted into me a lap earlier. So yeah, don't punt. That's the message.
Right. So would you
And
be
congrats to
racing in
Ethan
the
for
next
winning this
race in Abu
race.
Dhabi?
I guess I will. I mean, I think we have to bring the golden helmet out, don't, for at least like 1 week, because under the nightlight, I don't think I didn't get to use the golden helmet last time because I forgot in the last race. And that was done in like a dark Imola, so I think I
Yeah.
will be pulling the golden helmet out at least in Abu Dhabi and trying to help Caesar don't want to in the championship, the drivers. So there's that.
Yeah, which reminds me, let me try to invite Caesar since you guys have sealed the Constructor Championship as well.
Yeah, which
If
I
he's
think we already
online,
spoke about that last week though, because I did tell you guys, but Caesar wasn't in the party chat, so.
yeah, hence, let me try inviting him. But special shout out to Alfa Romeo as well for giving you the seat tonight.
Yeah, thank you. Oh yeah, shout out Chips, because your contribution was valued. I think you know how
Yeah,
well he drives in Brazil, and I think I just had the spirit of Chips running through me tonight
yep,
to produce that. But yeah, we'll take it. We live and we learn.
that's a pretty decent
Yeah.
season for IRL. I mean, of course, it's not the last race. It's just a race
Yeah.
which
Wait, I
decides
am
the.
actually getting a call from someone right now, so let's just put this on speaker. Hello. बाइक का चाबी लेके नीचे आना ना हाँ ठीक ठीक है by the
Lovely.
way did you not even watch the race why no I'm dead this is my spirit speaking I didn't win the race but I won the just watch the race so yeah
Bro, I mean, I'm gonna
that should
cut
just
you
tell
off
you
if you
where the
keep
priorities
talking.
lie here in this family um, but yeah for now I'll go because I do have to get
Yep,
him back
yep.
into the
I guess
house. So
Caesar is
yeah,
not joining as well, but
yeah,
here we
and
are
special Jin cameo on
towards the.
comms, by the way. Um, yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys, again. Wouldn't IRL wouldn't be the same without the drivers, and I hope to see you guys on track, not just next weekend but next season as well. For now, I'm signing off.
Yep, there you heard by our championship winner, Vifix. So, hope to join you guys soon again, especially the next week again. So, yeah, there we go. Thank you so much, and I'm signing out for
Shout
now.
out to
Good
Ethan for
night.
the win as well, if I didn't say
Oh,
that.
yeah, of course.
Yeah. Shout out to VFix for the championship wins.
Yeah. Okay. Anyways, bye.
All right. Thank you.